Hi everyone. I nearly said good morning everyone because that's what I want to talk to you about today. So when we get up in the morning, particularly as we get a little bit older, we might find that we're a little bit more stiff and achy, maybe we're not moving as freely. So what is going on with that? What can we do about it? So I think for years I just sort of assumed that we go to sleep, we relax, everything lets go. By that reasoning, we should wake up feeling, really sort of free in our movement. But in fact, many of us will know that that is not the case when we get up. So what is going on? Well, there's a few things. So our muscles repair themselves at night, and that can lead to them tightening up. The joints themselves, which might be being held tight by the muscles, but they also don't get a lot of movement in the night, so they tend to stiffen up a little bit. We carry over any habitual postures from our waking times, let's say, into the night when we're sleeping. So, for example, if we've got a little bit of a sort of habitual muscle tension that brings us into red light posture, so this sort of hunched over posture, then that's probably the position that we're going to end up sleeping in, because that's the position that our nervous system likes to bring us into, right? It's habit. Obviously, we can examine our sleeping surface. Sometimes there might be some things we can do to make that more ideal for us personally. So there's lots of reasons why we end up feeling a little bit sort of tight and stiff overnight. What can we do to relieve this, reduce this? So the first and really, really simple thing that I would invite you to try is to pandiculate on waking. If you don't know what pandiculation is, I've got other videos on that, but essentially it's tightening everything up and then just slowly letting it go, and then just give yourself a moment to kind of soak that in. Pandiculation is the natural process we use to release muscle tension, and it resets the muscles to a longer resting length. So when you wake up in the morning, you can do this in bed or as soon as you get up. You can do a sort of nice morning yawn, and you're kind of bringing that into your whole body. Oh, apparently into my hair as well. And it should feel like really nice, right? It's very underutilized. It's very effective. You would never see like a dog or a cat get up from a sleep without a big old pandiculation, right? We need to be more dog. We need to be more cat. Pick which one you prefer. Okay. The next thing, once you've realised how good that feels, you might be motivated to start a brief somatic movement practice in the morning. I can't recommend that enough. It could be as short as 5 minutes, but it really can make all the difference to kind of let go of some of the muscle tension that's built up overnight. So you might come down to the floor, do a little check-in. How am I feeling today? What am I sensing? Do one or two of the sort of bread and butter somatic movements like the arch and flatten. I'll put a video for that in the description. Do a few movements, nice and slow, pay attention to what you're feeling, and then just lie out flat if you can. Check back in. What has changed? What has doing those movements given you? And then just go about your day. And this will really help to relieve stiffness in the moment, but also as you get more into your practice, you can make it a bit more targeted to any sort of problem areas you have. But also you'll probably find that on waking each morning, you have less stiffness in the body over time. I mean, obviously, if you can adjust anything about your sleeping surface to make that work better for you, that would be fantastic. But it's not a panacea. You can have a perfect sleeping surface, but if you're not releasing habitually held tension in the muscles, it isn't going to solve things for you. So the invitation is to do that pandiculation when you first wake. Start to think about bringing in a short morning practice or a longer one if you've got the time, right? And notice what that brings you. Notice how that changes how you feel in the morning. All right, so there you go. Give it a go. I'd love to hear how you get on, and I will see you in the next video.